Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. June 27th. Conforming to the AA way. We obey AA's steps and traditions because we really want them for ourselves. It is no longer a question of good or evil. We conform because we genuinely want to conform. Such is our process of growth in unity and function. Such is the evidence of God's grace and love among us. AA Comes of Age, page 106. It is fun to watch myself grow in AA. I fought conformity to AA principles from the moment I entered, but I learned from the pain of my belligerence that in choosing to live the AA way of life, I opened myself to God's grace and love. Then I began to know the full meaning of being a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. Courage to Change, One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, June 27th. One day I received a call from a newcomer to Al-Anon. We chatted for a while, and then he asked if I would consider being his sponsor. I was shocked. I never expected anyone to ask me. I felt deeply humbled and ecstatically grateful at the same time. But had I grown sufficiently to offer help to someone else? Did I have anything to give? Could I be there for someone else without losing myself? Fear took over for a minute, but then I remembered that he was not asking me to be his savior, only his helper, whose example and experience might lead him to his own recovery. I know that my higher power brings people into my life who can help me to grow. So I said a quick prayer asking to be worthy and answered that I would be honored to be his sponsor. Today's reminder: being a sponsor is as much a commitment to myself as it is to someone else. It is not a favor. Sponsorship gives me a chance to share intimately, to care, to practice detachment with love, and to apply the Al Anon principles more consciously than ever. And if I listen to my own words, I find that I usually tell those whom I sponsor exactly what I myself need to hear. There's a quote from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and it reads, "Give what you have to someone, it may be better than you dare to think." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, June 27th. Change and growth. When someone points out a shortcoming, our first reaction may be defensive. There will always be room for growth. Basic text, page 36. Recovery is a process that brings about change in our lives. We need that change if we are to continue our growth toward freedom. It's important that we remain open-minded when others point out our shortcomings, for they are bringing to light opportunities for us to change and grow. Reacting defensively limits our ability to receive the help they are offering us. Letting go of our defenses opens the door to change, growth, and new freedom. Each day in the recovery process will bring an opportunity for further change and growth. The more we learn to greet change with an open mind and heart, the more we will grow and the more comfortable we will become with our recovery. Just for today, I will greet each opportunity for growth with an open mind. Today, Emotions Anonymous, June 27th. Reflection for today. The fear of the pain of acute depression remains with those who have suffered in the throes of it. The agony of being so hopeless lingers in our memories. The total apathy of our lives during that time is not easy to forget. Yet it is wrong to be preoccupied with our past ailments. A look back to remember what life was like can be healthy in that it is reassuring to see how far we have come. Only those of us who have been there can know what the person now suffering from depression is going through. Only we can prove that it can and will get better. By sharing our past, we can improve our and others' futures. Meditation for today. May my past struggle with depression prove valuable to someone else. Today I will remember. Don't dwell, just tell. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. June 27th. Self-doubt. We were taught to doubt ourselves, so it became natural to believe that we are wrong, defective, or uninformed. BRB, page 302. Many of us learned early to doubt what we knew we saw because our parents shamed us into believing that we were incapable of knowing. At first we knew the difference, but eventually we believed that our hunger pangs and other feelings were our imagination. When we enter the rooms of recovery, we are ready to release this way of thinking. We begin to see that we no longer need to live in the survival mode of our childhood. We are ready to wipe the slate clean and write a new future. In ACA, we meet people who will support us as we take a second look at our past. By working the steps and using the tools of the program, we gradually challenge the stories, roles, beliefs, and negative distorted thinking that has colored so much of our lives. We begin to accept the reality of our childhoods and that we did not cause the problems. We now get to write our own future. We no longer have to be defined by our original family roles or by the toxic thoughts, words, and actions of those around us. We get to choose what we want from life, how we see ourselves, and decide which filters we will use to perceive the world. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I have the courage to face my past and the faith to write my future. I no longer doubt what I know to be true." Please subscribe, share, like, but most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time. And remember that recovery is possible and that you are not alone.